And just in, Governor Newsom says he plans on suing the Trump administration over the president's deployment of the California National Guard. We spoke with a legal expert about Trump's authority to do so and how common it is for a president to do this.
Jessica Levinson is a professor with Loyola Law School in Los Angeles. She says President Trump is invoking the Posse Comitatus Act through his authority under something known as Title X in deploying the California National Guard to assist federal law enforcement agents as they respond to Los Angeles area protests over federal immigration raids.
What President Trump has done by saying, I'm calling up the National Guard under Title X, only gives the National Guard the power to act in a supporting role, essentially to help protect other federal agents or federal property.
Governor Newsom told MSNBC Sunday he plans on filing a lawsuit against the Trump administration on Monday, and his office referred ABC 10 to this clip on X.
An illegal act, an immoral act, an unconstitutional act, and we're going to test that theory with a lawsuit tomorrow.
Newsom referred to Trump's presidential memorandum issued Saturday directing the Secretary of Defense to coordinate with the governors of the states and the National Guard Bureau in identifying and ordering into federal service the appropriate members and units of the National Guard under this authority.
They had to coordinate with the governor of the state. They never coordinate with the governor of the state.
Newsom on X has called Trump's decision to deploy the California National Guard purposefully inflammatory, urging protesters in Los Angeles to remain peaceful. Don't fall into the trap that extremists are hoping for.
It just turns California again into this sort of national, punching bag.
Local Democratic consultant Andrew Acosta says the Trump administration's actions amount to pouring gasoline on the fire.
They just have all the footage now of California out of control, and the governor's trying to write this in a way that ends with some sort of calmness, but it's going to be really hard for the governor to do that considering what's happening on the ground.
We need to focus on keeping people safe, making sure that police officers are allowed to do their jobs.
Local Republican strategist, veteran, and former congressional candidate Tamika Hamilton says she believes Trump's move is the right one.
No one's making protesters push back against police officers trying to make arrests and with lawful orders. No one's making anybody do these things. And so this is about accountability at the end of the day. And so we have to be honest about that.
Now, Professor Levinson says the last time the National Guard was deployed in Los Angeles was in 1992 amid the riots that broke out after 4 LAPD officers were acquitted in the beating of Rodney King. But that deployment came at the request of then Governor Pete Wilson. The last time a president sidestepped a governor in deploying the National Guard was in 1965 when President Lyndon B. Johnson did so to protect civil rights protesters in Alabama.